What's going on, YouTube? It's ya boy, Cam ATL, and welcome back to another video with your boy. Drop a like down below because I already know you're gonna love it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment anything in the comment section to enter your name into the $50 giveaway I do every single week on this channel. And as always, we will be utilizing PropsMadeEasy.com, the best tools when it comes to player props and game bets in the entire industry, on top of it only being $20 per month. So if you haven't locked in with that yet, you need to. We will also be taking a look at LinePulse.pro. LinePulse.pro. It is a line movement tool showing you the plays before they bump. That will bump before they bump, helping you take advantage of those plays early on. Okay? Now, so if you have the pairing of PropsMadeEasy.com at only $20 a month, and then LinePulse.pro, which is only $10 a month, you have the absolute cheat code in this industry. Again, thank y'all for joining me as always. Excited to get into another video. I'm not going to keep up too much of y'all's time. We're going to get straight into it. Let me say firsthand, though, lately has been the exact showing of what can happen in sports betting regardless of the strategy you take. I have been getting my ass whooped on goblins. It has been the most crazy thing, because normally I'm hitting easily over 70% of those slips that have a goblin and a top edge percent. But lately, the plays that have been fucking me are the goblins. The plays that are already discounted with the highest probability on the board to hit, which is absolutely wild. But again, remember, y'all, we're in a game that is very volatile, right? You're going to have your ups, you're going to have your downs. You have to stay consistent to be able to get to the light at the end of the tunnel regardless. Sometimes you'll come in and utilize this strategy and not miss for an entire week. Sometimes you'll come in and use a strategy and lose 3 days in a row. That's just how shit goes. That's how it happens sometimes. That's the game we're in. There's no way to be 100%. And social media is fucking a lot of sports bettors' minds up because all they see is wins. Nobody's out here posting their losses every day. So all you see is wins. That's programming your brain to think that you should be winning all the time. It's just not accurate. It's not true. You feel what I'm saying? And in my videos, y'all know I'm going to keep it real with you, man, because look, that's the best thing for you. Now, at Props Made Easy, we have a filter called the Sharp and Safe filter. We're going to take a look at NBA, the best picks on NBA right now for Prizepicks based off of a couple data points that are important to us. All right, number one, positive edge. Positive edge shows you the edge you are getting against Prizepicks long-term on this pick. Okay? Does that mean that this pick will never lose at this play? No, it does not mean it will never lose. It shows you that you are actually beating them long-term, though. And that's all you can ask for in this game. All right, so Sharp and Safe is going to make sure you have positive edge, plays that are a positive edge compared to when you compare the true odds based off the Sharp books to the odds you're getting on Prizepicks on either side of the line. All right, and then it makes sure you have 3 or more Sharp books making up that true odds, making up the positive edge. So Emmanuel quickly over 15.5 points is a great option, being a 1.92 positive edge. 3 Sharp books making it a 1.92 positive edge. Why is the 3 Sharp books so important? Because the more Sharp books that you have built into a true odds that gives you that edge, the better that play is long term. Okay? It's just it's a safer bet. You're checking more boxes. You feel what I'm saying? And these filters at Props Made Easy make it incredibly easy for you to check a ton of boxes on every single play you pick with the click of a button. All right. Jalen Brunson under 6.5 assists is a positive 1.34 edge. 3 Sharp books making it a 1.34 edge. Out of 3 Sharp books, you have an average true odds of minus 126 for the under 6.5 assists for Jalen Brunson. Chet Holmgren over 7.5 rebounds is a positive 0.63 edge. 3 Sharp books baked into that. Bam Adebayo under 9.5 rebounds at a positive 0.49 with 3 Sharp books making it a positive edge. Again, don't worry too much about how big the positive edge is, all right? As long as it's a positive edge. That's the first thing I want to ingrain in everybody's head is as long as you're getting an edge, don't worry about how big the edge is. All right? Just get an edge on every single pick. Never play a pick that is a negative edge, okay? Never play slips that are negative edge slips, meaning don't play 6-man power plays unless you're just having fun with it and you understand you will lose. All right? The reason why you only see winning 6-man power plays and people winning, oh my God, crazy amounts of money is because they don't post their losses. If they posted their losses, you would see they lost 500 slips before that one win. And you would see that they're down big. Just like all of you who have tried out Discords. I'm sure plenty of you who are watching this video right now have tried out Discords where they're posting big ass parlays and you realize you're never fucking hitting in that shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that my premium Discord where I post sharp picks never loses, because absolutely, we're going to have losing stretches. We're going to have times where, like right now, I can't even hit a goblin right now. That's going to happen throughout the course of things. Like, long-term bettors and profitable bettors understand that, look, you have times where you just aren't going to hit shit. It has nothing to do with your process. It's just how shit's going. You have to understand that when you lose, you got to stay on that shit. I repeat this all the time because one of the biggest mistakes is trying to bounce around looking for a 100% hit rate until you're finally out of bankroll completely. All right, power plays, it's easy to understand why big ass power plays on Prizepicks don't make sense. These are parlays. These are plays where you need everything to click to be able to hit, and they won't click most times. In the rare occasions where they do win, they don't make up for the times when they don't. That's why I talk about this sharp strategy of utilizing NBA top edge percents that have 3 or more sharp books, and then paired with NBA Demons and Goblins plays. There's a reason why I talk about this, is because it is going to be the absolute safest, and it's obvious as to why it will be the absolute safest. Let me explain. Because if you're taking a play that has amazing positive edge, like a big positive edge, 3 or more sharp books, that play already is in a great position to be successful. Okay? Then when you pair that up with a play that is already discounted, like the Goblins on Prizepicks. These Goblin lines are already discounted off the Vegas lines, meaning their probability is going to be high. Okay? For example, with this Malik Monk play, let me see if they have his, let me check a sportsbook real quick and see if they have his thing. I'm going to go into there. Let's look at his PRA. So on Prizepicks, his Goblin is set at 12.5 PRA. Malik Monk's PRA is not on this sportsbook I just checked. Let me check another one. But for example, if I had to just wing it, his PRA is probably 16.5 or higher on regular sportsbooks. Okay, that's me just winging the number. I'm not 100%. I'm trying to pull one up for you just so I can give you a 100% accurate representation. And a lot of these sportsbooks don't have anything for him at the moment. But nonetheless, his regular line, if his Goblin is 12.5, would be over 16.5 probably. So you're already getting a heavily discounted line with this. And this is why I say you can double up your money. There is nothing wrong with doubling up. You don't have to quadruple your money. You don't have to turn $10 into $1,000 every night, or even $10 into $100 every night. All you're focused on if you have a low bankroll is progression. Okay? Now, no matter what strategy, like I just said, I'm getting fucked by Goblins right now. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop playing them, though. That doesn't mean to stop playing them. You feel what I'm saying? I've used the example before. It's like a player himself could walk up to you face to face and say, hey, play my under, and it doesn't hit. Like that's just the reality here. You feel what I'm saying? But you got to stay on these consistent strategies consistent. All right? You cannot change it up. Malik Monk over 12.5 PRA is the best Goblin right now. Not only is that line discounted, but he's hit this in almost 95% of the last 2 seasons sample, averaging 25.12 PRA per game. Shai Gilchrist-Alexander over 29.5 points plus assists has a 94.4% hit rate. Look at that sample. Huge sample. We only care about taking the big sample sizes to get an idea of a player's hit rate. And as you can see with Shai, he is an amazing option. Jeremiah Fears over 9.5 points has a almost 93% season hit rate over the sample that we have for him. Look at that. He's only missed one single time, and he's averaging 15.29 points per game, and you're getting him at 9.5 as a discount Goblin. So obviously, when you're able to put a play like this into a 2-man slip that is paired with a top edge that is going off sharp book true odds, your odds of hitting that play are going to be much astronomically higher than a 6-man power play parlay is going to be. Okay? And if you stay on that consistent strategy, you'll be good to go. Now, the ultimate most successful strategy for all pro bettors is straight bets. Okay? All, like majority, if not all, Professional bettors, they straight bet shit. They straight bet game bets. They straight bet player props, whatever. They're playing single bets. So, like, for example, a lot of y'all only play on DFS books, though. That's why I predominantly talk DFS books. But if you go to Select EV, you will see the regular books pop up and you will see EV pop up. Now, this right here is what professional bettors will straight bet. Okay? They will take advantage of buying a play at one price where it's big time different other places among other sharp books. They will compare the odds that they're getting on one book to the odds of sharp books. Now, as you can see, exchanges like Novig and ProfitX and stuff have great values. All right? A lot of times they will be some of the best value available. Sharp and Safe doesn't have anything at the moment, but I believe Sharp and Safe stays between plus 120 and minus 120 odds. As well as having like 3 or more sharp books. But as you can see at the top of the list here, you've got a play like Josh Hart, over 5.5 assists. You can buy on Novig at plus 130 odds, giving you a 10.59 EV due to true odds on sharp books being 108. All right? So you're getting amazing value here on this play. All right? But again, this is a long-term strategy. This is the main successful strategy that every sports bettor will utilize, the ones who actually make money. They'll take a play at a better value than it is everywhere else. Now, predominantly, y'all watching me play DFS books. And the best strategy on DFS books is going to be playing a top edge percent where you've got true odds at a much better odds range than what you're, like, at a higher odds than what is on that DFS book on either side of the line. And then pairing that with a Goblin that's already a discounted line, or a Taco, or whatever discount you could possibly get. That's going to be the best strategy you can utilize on DFS books. Okay? On any DFS book, take every discounted line you see and pair it with a top edge. That is going to be your best bet on DFS books. And then once you build your bankroll a little bit, if you're in an area that can play these straight bets on regular books like exchanges like Novig, ProfitX, FanDuel, DraftKings, whatever, then you can start taking advantage of these, okay? These aren't going to hit as consistently as a minus 120 would because it's plus 130 odds. But long term, you make more profit with stuff like this, with this type of edge, than you would playing a minus 150. All right, for example, plays that I really like. I like the plus 120 to minus 120 range. So Sangoon over 39.5 PRA is plus 120 on Novig, plus 101 true odds, giving you an EV of 9.27. That is a solid-ass value that you are getting here. All right, I normally recommend anything over 5%. And again, it's at positive plus 120 odds is what you're buying it at, where it's plus 101 across sharp books. So obviously that's going to be great value. All right, stay between the plus 120 and minus 120 range if you want more consistency, if you have a lower bankroll. You can even, if you want even more consistency, you can try to target ones that have minuses in front of them already, that already kind of have like a little bit of favor to them. They're going to be more likely to hit than the positive ones. You won't make as much profit as these top options up here, but they will be a little more consistent if your bankroll is so small that you can't handle many losses. All right. And that goes back to me talking about like how important bankroll management is. You know what I mean? That just goes to show how important bankroll management is, because if you're being stupid with your bankroll, you're going to be fucked quick in this game. All right? You got to be responsible, man. At the end of the day too, it's important to just acknowledge when it's not always like, if you're just bouncing around taking free picks and shit just so you can like blame them when you lose instead of taking accountability. I mean, what's it matter? You feel what I'm saying? Like, I have people in every single one of my videos. Somebody will come back after and be like, oh, this pick missed. You know what I mean? Oh, I knew better, or whatever the fuck, right? Like, it just shows the mindset in this game. Like, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck if a single pick missed? Who gives a fuck if even a stretch of picks miss? When long-term things are profitable. Immediate success means nothing in the long-term scope of things. If a professional bettor loses a week straight of bets and just has an astronomically horrible week, playing sharp, which can still happen, do you think the next week they change their entire strategy? No, they keep going, because guess what? Guess what made them pros in making that type of money? understanding that variation happens and you're going to have these down moments. Toronto Raptors at plus 100 on ESPN Bet is a great bet for anybody trying to take a little less risk. The Mavericks money line is a 3.44. That will be the absolute best value due to buying it at plus 209 compared to true odds being plus 199. All right, so you're getting a little bit of value. But again, these are longer shot plays. So you got to understand that over a grand, like, you know, over short term, this is probably going to lose more often than it'll win. But that won't matter because due to the EV, you're making profit. It's hard for me to explain. Like sometimes I try to come on here and explain it the best I can for y'all. I hope y'all understand it the way I explain it. I try to really like explain it the best way I can so everybody can understand and make the best decisions. But I understand there's still going to be people who come in here and think, oh, you know, this pig missed, this dude's an idiot. You know, he fucking sucks and whatever he's saying is wrong. And that's completely fine, man. All right, all I want you to know is that I kept it real with you and tried to put you on the best strategy. You feel what I'm saying? Later on down the road when you can no longer bet because you have no more money in your bank account. You know what I mean? You eventually at some point got to take some type of accountability for understanding you just didn't keep the strategy. Anyone not having successful props made easy just didn't even give it a month. All right? I mean, that's just the reality of it. Anybody not giving, you know, tools like Line Pulse a month and you're just taking a single day and then quitting, that's your own fucking decision making that's fucking you. That's not the tool. The tool's gonna be wrong sometimes. Props made easy is gonna be wrong sometimes. It's up to how you handle that is where it's on you. You feel what I'm saying? Like when you see a pick at the top of Props Made Easy and you fade it and that pick ends up hitting, that's your fault. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's gonna happen more often than you even think, y'all. Like you would be surprised at how many people hit me up and be like, oh, I just didn't agree, so I went the opposite of this and it fucked me. Like it's just the dumbest shit. It's not that fucking hard. You feel what I'm saying? This industry's just very brainwashed off what they hear. That's why in my videos I just keep it as real as I possibly can because y'all don't hear it very often. You feel what I'm saying? You either have two different scopes. You have the fucking nerds on social media who talk shit about everybody who doesn't use the perfect strategy and use all the the mathematical shit, like the fucking nerds who have no life in real life. They're just as fucked up as y'all who talk shit and don't play smart. Like both sides are wrong. You feel what I'm saying? Like anybody going out of their way to bash somebody nonstop is a loser. Like let's be real. Find some happiness in your real life. You feel what I'm saying? Regardless. Making money, like if you're a professional sports bettor and you're making a few $100,000 a year off sports betting, right? That doesn't give you a right to go on social media and talk shit to everyone not using the proper strategy. That just shows that you are mentally unstable and how money does not make you happy. These people out here who are successful sports bettors who talk shit about other people and try to call out other people for this strategy and that strategy. Oh, you're an idiot and blah, 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 blah. They are unhappy as fuck in real life. They are people who have depression. They are people who are dealing with mental issues heavy. You feel what I'm saying? So just like I'll pray for the people who talk shit to me, I'll also pray for the people who go out of their way to put others down because they think they have the best strategy possible. You feel what I'm saying? I'll pray for both sides because both sides need some mental calm. This industry's tough to handle, man. It's important to keep your mental right. Colin Sexton points plus rebounds over on linepulse.pro. Colin Sexton points plus rebounds opened at 18.5. It jumped up to 20.5, but as you can see, that's a little higher than it needed to jump up to. There's a -1 gap, meaning DFS line overshot upward and the play is on the under. LaMelo Ball points plus assists opened at 30.5, then jumped up to 31.5 where Vegas stayed at 30.5. So it shouldn't have bumped up. Grab the under. LaMelo Ball points plus rebounds opened at 27.5, jumped up. Another situation where it jumped up on the DFS book when it didn't necessarily have to. So you can grab the under. It's still value on the under. All right. Normally on linepulse.pro, what I've noticed is I like to take the 1.5 or higher gaps. So, for example, as you just saw, Daniel Gafford, PRA, real time just popped in. He opened at 18.5 and then bumped all the way up to 20.5 where Vegas is still at 18.5. Grab the under on his PRA at 20.5. They shouldn't have bumped it 2 spots, if any, yet. I mean, sharp books are still at 18.5, so why the fuck are you bumping it 2 points up? You feel what I'm saying? So play Gafford's under PRA at 20.5. as a great option there as well. So LinePulse.pro will show you line movement, help you beat the bumps every single time, show you where DFS books may have moved too much compared to where Vegas is still. And then Props Made Easy will put you on those plays, taking true odds compared to the odds you're getting on average on these DFS books or regular books, and help you to find the best lines, okay? Again, both of these tools are absolutely amazing. If I had to pick one to use, it would be Props Made Easy, obviously, way more data involved in it. But LinePulse.pro is a very important tool as well. So whatever you want to do, man. All right, premium Discord link down in the comment section. Again, I'm getting my ass whipped on goblins right now. Remember that. All right, I say this shit proudly because I love when this type of shit happens. Why? Because it's a learning experience to push to you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it is like it is a learning thing to let y'all know of, look, man, even goblins will miss from time to time. You feel what I'm saying? But you stay on that fucking strategy. Don't change that shit. All right? Thank y'all for joining me as always, man. Let's get this money on this hump day, baby. I'm out. Peace.